Welcome back to episode 151 of Cookies and Milk. I'm Heroes William.
I'm Heroes Ben, 151. Just spent a good 30 minutes almost falling asleep while William finished up Treasure Map.
It's been the first treasure map I've tried to complete in a long while.
It's dope. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's episode 151. Death Stranding's talking about pace mechanics. What do you think?
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. What do you think Death Stranding is going to be? Good, bad?
I think by the time it comes out, it won't be what anyone wants it to be.
Not even Kojima?
I think it'll be what Kojima wants it to be, but that won't be what people want it to be.
That's true. I'm on the one hand, I'm excited to see a game that's just 100% that's Kojima Unchained.
Yeah.
Him at his full power. On the other hand, I didn't really like MGS5 all that much, and I worry that
That was not him at his full power. What are you talking about?
I'm worried that the parts that I didn't like about Metal Gear Solid 5 are going to be what Death Stranding's about.
Oh.
Just like a lot of walking.
Yeah.
A lot of like traversing the world.
I think that's what it'll be, though. Right?
But this time there's piss mechanics.
Which is bad.
Interdimensional breastfeeding and stuff like that.
Really?
Like mushrooms and stuff and babies and the world where you go and you die.
Of course.
Normal stuff.
I feel like there was something I was going to talk about on this episode.
Video game news.
I don't know why Fire Emblem is the way it is. Like, giving you really overpowered units. Like, I'm playing through 3 houses. And, like, of course, Byleth is, like, the strongest you've got, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Byleth, the problem with a protagonist.
Yeah, halfway through the game, almost halfway through the game, you unlock a class that's like the Enlightened one, which can use any spell while also using like weapons and stuff like that. And you get the best divine relic, like the best holy relic in the game, like the awesome sword.
Yeah.
So you're pretty unstoppable before time skip.
Oh, that's before time skip.
Before time skip. So
go ahead and spoil Fire Emblem 3 Houses for me. Why do you leave for 5 years?
it's not by choice. You just sort of like fall into a deep sleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you wake up.
And you wake up. Like you get covered by rubble.
I thought Byleth just fucked off.
No, that's not how that worked.
Huh.
But people thought that's what happened. I don't know why. But then your house leader comes around. You go back to your house leader after the time skip, and I have Dimitri, and Dimitri he's a feral man. He becomes unhinged even more so than what he was at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say based on everybody's pre and post time skip, Dimitri has the most radical shift.
Yeah. So this is a bit of a spoiler thing. Dimitri is bloodthirsty and haunted by the ghosts of his loved ones who died.
What?
Yeah.
Is that his crest?
It's not his crest, but Rubble! Rubble's trying to tear down posters, and we're trying to stop him from doing it.
There's one poster, which I guess we should just move at this
Yeah,
point.
but it's already ripped.
Yeah.
So moving it would make it bad. But regardless, his on the battlefield like lines up very well with this persona. So when you get him back, he is a noble. He's the noble class.
Yeah.
Crom can become it.
Spears and stuff.
Very strong with spears. And that's his whole thing. But, like, he's I'm putting him on solo missions, and he's utterly devastating everyone with just a javelin.
Jesus.
Like, people going for melee, he'll crit him with a javelin on a reaction. A bow guy will walk up to him, shoot an arrow, he will dodge, and then kill him with a javelin.
Yeah, because that's how javelins work.
But then he got it. This is, I think he is the shortest. It's for him. It takes the longest to get a holy relic. Like Isabel said, Claude starts the time skip with a holy relic, and I'm sure Edelgard does as well. But I have to do like a little story thing for Dimitri to get his.
Oh.
And so, him destroying everything is before he gets the holy relic.
Oh.
And when he does, he gets to become a high noble class.
What even is that?
It's just better.
Oh.
And I'm just like, what? I thought he was fine as is. Now his armor's better and he can just murder everyone. And I gave him an upgraded javelin. I gave him a spear instead of a javelin.
Oh.
And I'm just like, well, I guess Dimitri's unstoppable.
I
Him
guess.
And Byleth, that's just how it always goes.
That's just video games.
Which is... Sure is.
It's definitely a sort of a interesting dilemma that Fire Emblem gives you. Can your house leader die?
No, every single time Dimitri or Byleth are in combat, it says, do not let Dimitri or Byleth fall.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It is sort of an interesting predicament that the Fire Emblem games find themselves in.
Rabubal.
Keep moving. Where it's almost just, after a certain amount of time, just like, alright, why would I use other units again?
Yeah.
When these two units are already as strong as I ever need to be.
Yeah, it's really weird. And I know it'll be a lot tougher when I go back through it again on the harder difficulty. But still, like, I can't imagine Byleth or whoever my house leader will be then will have all that much trouble with any of that.
Byleth insta-dies every fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like turn 5 hits if you haven't won, Byleth insta-dies.
I guess they're just impatient.
Byleth has a thing attached to their heart, where if they go anything less than 70 miles an hour,
They have a speed bomb on their heart.
Yeah. And that's how the time skip happens. The speed bomb goes off.
Professor, we all saw you die. I mean, I guess.
Byleth's like, wow, now that I'm part of one of 3 houses, one of 3 Fire Emblem 3 houses, I finally feel like I can take a second and relax. Boom!
No, but Dimitri is definitely a character you want to smack the shit out of.
Oh.
After time skip, because, like, and I wouldn't, like, because it's definitely one of those things where Dimitri is like, we don't have time for friendships and stuff like that. And I just want to, dude, I know, you're going through a tough time, but everyone's trying to be here for you.
I just woke up.
I just woke up. But, like, and he'll say things like, if you get in my way, I'll kill you. And I'm like, dude,
try it.
Absolutely try it. Maybe you could.
Maybe I'm stronger than you.
But maybe I'm stronger than you.
This is a 50-50 dice roll.
Are you willing to take it?
That'd be a fun mechanic. If you could like, because you know how
hurt your.
in Awakening you get like the camp of compatibility tester.
Yeah.
What if you got like a battle viewer?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Like you could just watch all your units square off with each other.
Who would win?
Yeah, that'd be I played Awakening and I didn't play any other ones. I played Sacred Stones and Fire Emblem, but I didn't play any of the
first
the
Fire
fun
Emblem?
Fire Emblem. But I didn't play any of the fun new ones. But I guarantee that my Robin could kill anybody. It's just like not even a fight. Maybe somebody gets like a lucky crit and deals like 25 damage.
Yeah. I think Dimitri did something like 195 damage on a crit.
What?
From a spear throw.
Jesus.
He just sort of like, yeah, he was like, "You're gonna die," and then put all of his strength into a spear throw. And one of his win quotes is, "I too shall fall." And I'm like, when?
How, Dimitri?
How are you going to fall?
Oh, Dimitri has a speed bomb on his heart.
Yeah, but he's never gonna slow down.
Get in my way and I'll kill you. Also, I'll die because of the speed bomb.
What?
Who is doing this to us?
The three houses.
Whoa. Is that the... So have you begun your plan to take down the church lady yet?
Oh, she's already dead.
Oh.
The spoilers for Three Houses.
Nice save.
The Black Eagles beat me to the punch.
What?
They declared, the head of the house, like, there was the whole,
lady? The one girl?
Edelgard. I'll show you the video afterwards, but it's revealed that she, they start building up the Flame Emperor, right? And how they're, like, a mysterious figure behind an evil group of people. But, like, so many times, like, the people will do, like, an evil thing, and the Flame Emperor will be like, don't.
What?
Don't do that. And it's like, oh, for the Flame Emperor, it's like, I didn't want you to do that.
Who is this dude?
And it's like, you don't understand, Flame Emperor. Spoilers for Three Houses. I killed Violet's dad for you. It's like, I didn't... What?
When did... What?
But that's not... It's like...
Neither here nor there.
You can't be like, oh, I didn't want you to do that, when you were in cahoots with them. Like, you were, like, actively, like, allowing them to do their nefarious deeds.
You should be their manager.
You're a centrist, Edelgard.
Wait, hold on. Edelgard is the Flame Emperor?
Yes. So it's like, in the fight with the Flame Emperor, like, I just decided to cut and run and charge them with Byleth. And, like, as I attacked them, the Flame Emperor was like, you're the one person I didn't want to make enemies of. And it's like, well, bitch, don't kill my dad.
What about my dad?
What about my dad?
What did you think was going to happen?
And, like, I fight the Flame Emperor, and instead of, like, killing them, all I do is knock their mask off. And it's the funniest thing, because it's, like, this, like, big imposing person with, like, a big helm, and then the mask flies off, and then it's just Edelgard behind, like, like this.
Yeah.
She's like, it's me. And Dimitri goes apeshit.
He's angry.
He's angry.
This is post-time skip?
Pre-time skip.
Pre-time skip.
So, there were hints at Dimitri being absolutely a feral gentleman a few chapters before, because we walked upon the village that I met all the kids at, met the three house leaders at, and it was on fire because they were burning it down, the evil guys.
Okay.
And Dimitri's like, and they're like, who's that over there? And it's like some of the evil guys, and Dimitri's like, we'll rend the flesh from their faces! I'm like, oh, Dimitri, you're getting into it a bit. You're getting a bit spirited there, sport. And then it sort of like went down like that.
As it does.
And it's not like Dimitri is only has good stats out of, like, in combat. He has good stats out of combat in cutscenes. He killed like 5 men immediately pre-time skip, in a cutscene.
Huh?
I'll show you. But what was I saying? Oh, Edelgard.
Yeah.
She beat me to the punch. If this ever catches on, there'll be a big old compilation of me having ADHD and switching topics midway through.
My favorite part of it is by far is spoilers for Three Houses after the spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, but as soon as that is as soon as we know it's
Oh, well, wait. Edelgard said she didn't want to make enemies of you because she didn't want your dad killed in the first place.
yeah no because she knows I'm strong enough to kill her sorry ass.
Well, yeah, but you said that she said she didn't want to make enemies of you, and you were like, then why'd you kill my dad? But she didn't want to kill your dad.
I
Somebody
know.
else did that.
But she enabled them to do so.
She gave them the means.
Because she was talking with the girl, who killed my dad. She was
Who was that?
Spoilers for Three Houses. Monica.
Who the fuck is... Okay.
You save two girls get kidnapped. One girl gets kidnapped.
Oh, God.
Halfway through the first year. And when you save her, there's a second girl who had been kidnapped the year prior.
Monica.
And it's well, now hold on. She hasn't changed a bit. And just joined class and she's fine.
What?
Are we going to check that out or no? And she's talking to Edelgard a lot. That's her big thing. To the point where you can't talk to her. You can't talk to Edelgard at all. While Monica's talking to her, and it's obvious they're up to something. And then you have to fight a bunch of beasts that come out of an empty church, and save students.
Well, that's not suspicious at all.
Absolutely. And then Monica comes out of the church, and Gerald is the dad is you're safe now, don't worry. And Monica's oh, thank you very much. And then she stabs him real quick.
Oh.
And you Divine Pulse, which means you rewind time, and then you just go straight, throw your chain sword at her, and then some other dude gets the way.
What?
And stops it. And then your dad still dies.
Who's that dude?
I don't know. He's just sort of there. He's I think he's the big bad evil dude.
Oh, and you...
I don't kill him.
Oh, he blocks your shot.
Could you... The big bad evil dude jumps in the way and lets himself die.
For you, Monica!
Yeah.
For the Flame Emperor!
That's the funniest thing is, I go over to her... the next chapter is I go fight Monica, and she gets killed by someone else.
What? Three Houses doesn't let you have any fun.
Exactly. But Edelgard becomes the Flame Emperor.
Becomes.
She is the Flame Emperor. 2 weeks afterwards, it's okay, Edelgard is now the Empress of the Adressian Empire, because she was, in, and then all of the noble houses are joined to her, everyone's cool with it.
What?
And they're invading the monastery, in the Adressian Empire. She, her dad stepped down real quick, she's just hey Dad, I want to be Empress.
Yeah.
And he's oh. And then they storm the castle, they storm the monastery, and
Are you passed out during this?
No,
You have to stop?
We're all fighting.
Oh.
We're all defending the monastery, and then they're pushing super hard, way too hard, and we have to flee, and Archbishop Lady looks to me and it's it's your turn now to lead the people.
Knocks you out.
No. She becomes a dragon.
Huh?
Because they always become a dragon.
Oh, because that's how you play Fire Emblem.
Yeah, and starts to fight people. Then she gets overrun by beasts. And you see that and go back to help her. And then she's why'd you come back? And then the big bad evil dude launches a spell, buries you under a bunch of rubble in a river. And that's where you stay for 5 years.
Oh, in a river under rubble.
Yeah.
You're... Okay. So you're pruny by the time you get out.
Very pruny, yeah.
Yeah,
Except you have inherited a god spirit.
Your time skip is way pruny.
Absolutely. In the prunied one, they call you.
Yeah.
But that's when you wake up. Also, there's like a scene where Dimitri, like, he makes somewhat of a good point. Well, before threatening to torture a man.
Oh.
Like, you capture the general who had, like, been one of the people to push the first assault on the monastery.
He just vaguely mumbles something about the ends justify the means before waterboarding him.
Yeah. He was like, how many people have you killed, General? How many lives have you taken for your family, for your country, and what's different from me doing that? And I'm like, well, Dimitri,
It's like a moral and ethical.
you killed a bunch of people. You killed a bunch of bandits, called them rats, and you smile when you kill people, and it's like, and Byleth, like, while like Dimitri's like tormenting him, Byleth comes up and kills the general, and it's like, hold on a minute, I could what? Where I'm like. And Byleth has the option to say, I couldn't bear to watch it anymore, or this isn't you, Dimitri. And I'm like, Byleth, you killed
I think maybe this is.
You executed an unarmed man after, like, being tortured. After
This
being
happened?
almost tortured.
Fire Emblem Three Houses?
Fire Emblem Three Houses.
For the Nintendo Switch.
For the Nintendo Switch.
What is it rated?
Let me check real quick. T for teen.
No shit.
Blood, suggestive themes, violence. Violence? Violence?
Violent. The best protagonist.
Violet?
Violence.
But yeah, that's that.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's T for teen. You would let a teenager. I guess they are teenagers in the plot of the game.
Yeah. Well, some of them are like 20, 23.
I mean, especially post time skip. They're adults.
Yeah, post time skips, they are in fact adults.
So now you can romance any of them.
Correct.
When do you have children?
You don't.
Oh shit.
There aren't children in this one.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Has Isabel told you about the children mechanic in Fates?
Yeah, where they appear in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, because it's too dangerous to keep them in the war zone.
Yeah,
So you shove them in a time chamber where
they
time
grow
goes
up.
real fast, and they come out and they're romanceable.
You can't do that, Fates. Fates can do whatever it wants.
Unfortunately.
And then there are no consequences to that.
Yeah, but there aren't romances in Three Houses except for Byleth.
Huh.
Like any characters that romance each other happen like after the game is over.
That's okay. That's fair. Yeah, like that's pretty reasonable. That's how I think Sacred Stones was.
Yeah.
Wherein if you get characters, if you manage to figure out the fucking support system, I couldn't. I was 15. Kind of old, right?
That's
I
not-
started Sacred Stones.
That's fine.
But if you can figure out the support system in Sacred Stones, I don't think it actually does anything. I think it just gives you endings.
Huh.
Like, if you get characters up to their S ranks, then you get that ending.
Okay, that's fair. So I remembered what I was going to talk about today.
Oh, good. Now that we're 40 minutes into this
Absolutely.
Three Houses podcast.
So during Three Houses, after
the Three Houses.
it is, yeah. After any fight, there'll always be like a bunch of supports because that's always how a Fire Emblem game goes.
Yeah.
And like there's interactivity with the Byleth ones, but for the others, I just sort of sit through a cutscene, and I need to be conscious enough to like listen to it and gather it in. So I'm like, well, what do I do during? And instead of sitting there, I've started to lift weights.
Oh.
So I've just been like,
That's why the weights are out.
yeah, well they're always over there. But yeah, I'm just like, well, I can do like a full exercise and just go through these support conversations and feel better about myself. So the question is, have you ever had situations like that where you're just not doing anything in a game for a long stretch of time, and you need to be able to do something?
I have the opposite problem a lot, where I'm like just doing something kind of consistently, but I get tired of it.
Oh.
Like I get through like 10 rooms in Bloodstained, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do a treasure map thing real quick, or a treasure cruise thing real quick, or a
Right.
Fate Go. I feel like games do that pretty often, where it's like, hey, here's just like some talking on the screen.
Yeah.
But it's not as common. That's one of the things I have been playing more Odyssey. I want to get at least 500 power moons.
That's fair.
And the game just doesn't stop going.
It doesn't.
There's no point in the game where I'm like, all right, I'll just stop now. I'm at a good stopping point. I'm like, yeah, but the garden's right over there.
Yeah.
And I found a acorn to put in the garden. And then I'm like, well... And I just keep doing it.
Yeah, it's hard to stop.
It's really hard to stop.
It's tough with Fire Emblem Three Houses, because usually I'll listen to like a podcast
Yeah.
while I'm playing, but you can't do that.
When there's talking in the game.
There's talking so much.
Yeah.
Even when it's like I'll just forget to put on a podcast, or I'll be like, well, I gotta stop it whenever talking happens. And boy, I don't know how much I like how the time management is in that game.
Yeah.
Because when Saturdays are your free times. That's considered the your day to either explore the monastery, go to a seminar that'll boosts different skill levels of different things depending on what you choose. Battle, which means you go out, do paralogs or just random battles, or rest.
Huh.
And resting boosts the motivation of your students, as well as heals just your holy relic. No other holy relics are healed by this. And you'll need umbral steel, which is very hard to get, to repair the other ones. So you'll get maybe 3 to 4 Saturdays like this out of a month. And here's the thing. I'm either going to do explore, because it's the easiest way to build up supports and do tea parties,
Yeah.
which gets some more support, and finding quests that's or battles, because it's experience, more support, items, stuff like that. And it just, I don't enjoy that I can't and I'll have 8 hours to do an exploration thing, but only have 2 battle hours, and I'm already so if I do a nothing battle, right into another nothing battle, and I'm I feel like I've wasted my time.
Yeah.
Because I just sent out Dimitri and Byleth and killed them all. And I'm maybe I shouldn't do that. I'm but I risk losing a battle if I don't have them on the field.
That's the thing. Because of how Fire Emblem is, you don't really want to sit and grind with worse units.
Yeah.
That's sort of one of the things I've never really understood in video games. I understand that you can't just do everything. It's not just hey, it's Saturday, do everything.
Yeah.
But I've never been a huge fan of hey, real life? What if that was a video game?
Right.
Persona 3 is any Persona game, I guess. What are you doing after school? I'm fuck off.
Yeah.
Playing Persona, I guess. And it's you can do one thing. And it's I'm gonna go get a coffee with my friend, and it's you didn't increase this social link. So you wasted your fucking time. And I'm oh, I need a fucking calendar up of when the correct times to go out with my friends are in order to max the social bond links. I don't want to do that. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And if you want to study,
you can't go to Tartarus. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. What does this even do? And it's like, I don't know, maybe it lets you date Mitsuru. And I'm like, do I want to do that? I don't think so.
Everyone wants to.
I kind of did, but I don't really care for romances that I need to spend like a lot of fucking time and effort on.
That's just how romances work, right? That's like a relationship.
I mean, like, it's a barrier to entry, you know what I mean?
Right, of course.
I know you have to do work to be in a relationship. I don't have to do a lot of work to get into a relationship, you know what I mean?
I get it, yeah.
If there's a woman who won't date me because I'm not smart enough for her.
She's not worth dating.
I'm not going to be smarter for her. She's always going to be looking for something wrong with me.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I want her to love me for however smart I am now.
Right, of course.
Which is, like, whatever. It's fine.
You're smart, dude, alright?
Thanks. I was talking about the Persona 3 protagonist, but...
Okay.
But he's a wall, so he's a door, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. Like, there's no point in
Yeah.
dating anyone. They die.
Oh, right? That's kind of dark.
Persona 3 spoilers.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oops.
Well, I did a bunch of that one.
I meant more so oops in saying it doesn't matter. If they loved, they die in the end.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a good thing to
That's
say.
not a good message.
Who cares if they had love in their life? They're dead.
Yeah, whatever, Mitsuru. Is he not good enough for you? He's a fucking door now.
Wanna fuck a door? Whoa.
Alright, well,
She's doing it.
that's the end of the episode, right? What time are we at?
Probably 10 minutes. 31 minutes.
That sounds about right. A 10-minute for each house and 1 minute for Persona 3 discussion.
Of course.
What did you think of the cookies?
I thought they were fine.
They were really good. I liked them a lot. they're English Bay counter butter batter chocolate chip cookies. The label, the sell-by label, is immediately over.
It must be butter, right? Batter.
It was
English Bay batter.
English Bay batter chocolate chip cookies.
It's hard to do a chocolate chip cookie wrong,
That's true.
but I feel like Chips Ahoy does it wrong every time.
You like them?
They're fine, but
Oh, did you have them while you were over at my house? The party pack?
no, I didn't.
Oh, did I not have the party pack then?
You did, but I wasn't going to do it. I just ate all the Fritos and felt bad about myself.
That's fair. That's why there was still a half a bag, because I couldn't bring myself to finish the bag in one go.
Yeah. No, but like, the cookies are too thin, and the chocolate chips are not thick enough.
That's true. It doesn't,
Doesn't satiate my need.
and I do always end up eating, like, 7.
Yeah, and you
Every
don't want to
time.
feel that.
I don't want to feel that. That's the problem with, like, so, whenever we're here, we have to get the cookies from upstairs and bring them downstairs with the milk.
Correct.
So, there's a stopping point. There's a very clear stopping point.
Yeah.
When I'm at home, I literally just, like, I'll take the thing of cookies to the table, pour some milk, and then just go, and I'm like, I need to stop.
I mean, it's me with chips, but unfortunately, I go upstairs, eat more chips. Like, I'll just get a handful, and then I'll go back downstairs, and then I'll find a reason to go upstairs and snag some more
And
chips.
then also chips.
And I just feel bad afterwards.
That's one of the worst feelings in the world, is eating to the point where you feel bad afterwards.
Mm-hmm. I remember, did you come over when we had a bag of, there were these garlic sea salt waffle fry cut chips.
Maybe.
And we'd gotten them from a store, and
As opposed to, like, a traveling merchant.
Mom and that would still be a store. A place you buy things in the store.
That's not... A traveling merchant is not a place.
It's an experience.
That's not what you said, though.
Anyway, forget what I said. I was clearly right. But
So the traveling merchant, he gives me the chips.
And they say, "Do not
Do not
eat them,
do not eat them past 10.
or you'll become a gremlin." I'm like, well, what if I want
What
to
the
be?
fuck does he know? What does a traveling merchant know?
They're not a
about me?
place. They're only an experience.
Oh boy, 10 o'clock.
Oh boy, 10 o'clock. I've never been excited for the 10 o'clock
No
hour.
one's ever been excited for 10 o'clock.
Like, it's not like, even if, like, someone gets off of work at 10 o'clock, they're not like, oh boy, 10 o'clock. They're like, fuck, oh my god, what's wrong with my life?
10 o'clock.
I'm getting off of work at 10 o'clock. There's nothing for me now.
You had a bunch of garlic sea salt waffle fries.
Too many of them. They tasted so good, but half the family didn't like them, and the other and Dad was like, he's not an avid snacker. So I was the only one going out of my way to be like, ooh, let me grab some of these crinkle cut chips. And I'm like, oh,
If I do.
don't mind if I do. And then, like, I ate them all. I'm like, why did no one else eat them? And Dad was like, oh, that was like 3 days. You had them for like 3 days.
That's the fucking problem, isn't it, though? When there's, like, food for a family, but you're the only one who
That
wants to
eats
eat
them,
it.
yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, somebody's got to do it.
I know if we ever get cheese balls again, Utz's cheese balls,
Mhm.
I will die.
Yeah, you're not strong. You're not as strong as you used to be.
And it'll be too much for you.
Yeah, like, because even when I was, like, in high school and stuff, or I think middle school, we'd gotten a box of small bags of chips, and one row was Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream.
Ah.
I was eating like 2 a day. And I was like, I felt myself gain weight. I'm like, oh no. Oh. It was the worst feeling.
I've been feeling that sort of today because at work my fucking my food rhythm was all thrown off. Like, so I sat down for break, and then like I ate one Pop-Tart and the other one had just popped out of the toaster at work, and I was like, nice. And then somebody came in and they were like, hey, you gotta get to the meeting, and I was like, fuck, I have a Pop-Tart here. Can I eat this in the meeting? He was like, I guess. And I was like, I don't want to. This is going to be a serious meeting. I don't want to eat a Pop-Tart. So I was like, I passed the meeting, and I was like, I have to go check some numbers real quick.
And you ate the Pop-Tart?
And I was eating the Pop-Tart while I was walking back to check numbers.
Ooh.
And that threw me the fuck off.
Of course.
And then he was like, are you going to lunch? And I was like, I just ate a Pop-Tart. I can't go to lunch right now. So I had to wait on lunch. And then I took lunch, and I was like, I took lunch at like 1:32. And then I had a break snack at 3:30. And I was like, I need to stop eating. And then I got home and it was like, rice is ready and pork is ready and there's a roast. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I just ran also.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm currently in a weird spot because I'm working like 11:30 to 7:30.
Yeah.
So like I eat breakfast at like 8, and I don't eat anything
Oh.
until like 12:30. And I pace out. How I do it at work is I pace out like a banana and then a protein bar from like 12:30 to 1:30. And then from 1:30 I chew a piece of gum until 2:30.
Okay.
And then at 2:30 I eat something a little bit. And then I have at 3:30 I have my lunch. My main lunch, which is just like chips and a sandwich. And then 4:30 to 5:30 I will have my last 2 snacks. And then I will chew gum from 5:30 to 6:30, and then I will eat nothing for the last hour. I'll be like, is this good? Is this how I'm supposed to live?
Yeah.
Because like I mean, the thing is, like, I hear that people are supposed to eat small little snacks throughout the day,
As opposed to big
as
things.
as opposed to small big meals, as opposed to small meals.
I eat a lot of small meals. I eat like a half a serving size of a protein and a half a serving size of like a side and a shot glass full of water.
Yeah,
That's what I eat.
you should drink more water, though.
Probably.
I guess that's the end of the episode.
Yep. It's been a good time.
I don't know about that.
I'm so cold.
It's 40 minutes in. We stretched that out. We stretched 9 minutes of us talking about work scheduling and
Food.
and food.
Well, it's the Cookies and Milk podcast. We gotta talk about food at some point. Can't all be video games.
Right, of course. It's not
Not
usually
video
not
games.
video games a lot of the time. All right, bye, guys.